This is Sybert signing into General's Evolution on the map DEFCON 6 for a 3v3 featuring the Brown GLA kicking off on the northern team. This is ezapan. Their ally as the red China Nuke. This is nomorevindiesel. And the orange playing the USA Super Weapons General. This is azibee. Azibee? I don't know. We're going to be looking for some rock Vs, no matter how you pronounce their name. Playing on the south side, team number 2 as the blue USA Super Weapons. This is Ghosty. In the corner, playing the green USA Laser, it's Khay. And playing the blue Cyan, playing the USA Laser, this is Mr. Aiden. So it is sort of northeast versus southwest on this map. DEFCON 6, a map that we are pretty familiar with. We've seen it a number of times, but this is the first time that I've realized that this crate in the middle, this shipping container, says ready on it. And I think the name of the company is Freight Ready. Some of these other shipping containers say, yeah, okay, Freight Ready. Look at that. Right there on the side of the shipping container. While that's going on, we do have a couple of technicals going for the harass. A couple of supply trucks might be going down. One, it looks like, will be the only loss. I think the laser Humvee will be able to deal with this. 3 laser Humvees versus just 2 technicals. Not a big problem there for the USA Laser. Azibee has a couple of garrisoned units inside of the base, or behind enemy lines, rather, of Ghosty. So that is something that Ghosty is going to have to deal with at some point. Very early expansion, sub 230 to the middle of the map, with this listening outpost from nomorevindiesel, who I guess has just, is tired of the pure raw talent of Vin Diesel's musical career, perhaps. And if you haven't checked out Vin Diesel's music, definitely go and do that. It is a true delight. And it is truly a work of art, you could say. Supply truck going for the long-distance supply run. Always unfortunate to see that, but one of those things that exists in the game that you just have to deal with for the current moment. A couple of laser Humvees going to be moving into the north. There's not a whole lot here. Oh, and immediately low power mode. Mr. Aiden with a problem. No power for his Humvees. So these Humvees could have actually done pretty decent damage, but instead they will get surrounded and destroyed by these quads. 2 quads not really engaging in this fight. The Humvees will go down eventually, but a couple of extra quads died more than was necessary. And it's only 1 Ranger who was inside of that building, so really not much of a threat. And the Guardian tanks are going to be very slowly chasing down that one regular Ranger. Wow, that laser Comanche takes a long time to kill a single Ranger, much longer than I would have expected. Couple of Humvees coming down from Azibee. We'll be able to clean up the engineer and those missile defenders. I'm not sure where that engineer was going. Ghosty was perhaps looking to get a sneaky capture over here. I feel like that's not necessarily going to work very well. Nomorevindiesel is sending down a couple of more units to support the double or triple expansion that he has going on here. I mean, right now he's got the double expansion working for him, but it could very easily turn into a triple expand. Azibee and nomorevindiesel joining forces to try and hold down the middle of the map. Khay does not want to let that happen. Khay would love to be able to hold on to this expansion. Patriot Laser will eventually go down, and the build radius has now been eliminated. And now, okay, a couple of sentry guns rushing in here. Maybe the combination of laser Humvees and the sentry guns can finally secure this location, and Khay will have to send down another outpost to be able to expand. Gatling gun getting added on, and that Patriot missile is very lucky that there were no laser locks nearby to be able to take it down. If there had been any missile defenders there, they could have laser locked that Patriot long before it ever finished constructing. Okay, forming up, decent number of laser Comanches moving out, and of course with a 3v3 with a team game, Yeah, all of this stuff in the middle is fun, but this is what we are working for. This is what we are hoping for. USA Super Weapons General gets a particle cannon first. Not a huge surprise there. And Khay has the Avengers inside of, or hung underneath those Comanches, or Chinooks. Not Comanches, but they are going to be in support of the Comanches, I guess. And, well, we'll see how well this works out. Aurora drops a bomb. Second Aurora comes in, and it will be a second fuel air bomb, which cleans up one of those oil derricks, but not the other ones. Laser Comanches are here, and the rockets are going to get zapped. Gats and quads will make short work of this Air Force, but the rockets will get zapped away by those Avengers. And Khay going to be very careful to try and hold off this attack without losing any Comanches, but he's already lost one, and that is a bit unfortunate. Warthogs come in. They will lead the charge for some Laser Paladins, or Laser Crusaders rather, and some Sentry Gunners as well. Fortunately for the Laser General, Sentry Gun drones don't... oh no, the Laser Sentry drones should require power there. But the regular Sentry drones, they are quite quick and they're quite nimble in Gen Evo. They can be a very powerful force in the right place. Power is down for the USA Super Weapons General, and the particle cannon is under attack. It will be eliminated. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, it's going to be Crusaders and a couple of Crusaders from Khay as well, but mostly from Mr. Aiden, poking and prodding at this quad cannon force. We'll see if they're actually able to knock it down. The tunnel network is here. Nothing is trying to escape, and nothing is coming out of that tunnel network. ezapan a little bit not paying attention here in the middle of the map. Loses a ton of quads basically for free. He could have fought back or he could have escaped, and he sort of did neither, and now his numbers are not nearly what they were. Loses a lot of the quads, not much of a hit back. Meanwhile, nomorevindiesel brings some more tanks to the forefront. China Nuke does have the nuclear battlemaster, and hopefully he does have the upgrade now. We'll see if he's actually got it. The upgrade for the nuclear battlemasters, stabilizing isotopes, that's what it's called, which makes them not do friendly fire. So you do sort of need that for the tanks to be very effective. Otherwise, you can blow up your own tanks, your own entire army by accident, which we have seen many times before from China Nuke players. And the Rock V is going to be walking in. Crusaders will get eaten up, and a Scud Storm getting added on. Not something we see very often. Scud Storms, they cost quite a bit, but even more so because they do require electricity. So you need 1 or 2 windmills for every Scud Storm that you build. I think it might actually be 1, but it might be like 1.5, that kind of thing, where you technically do have to build the second one. But then, you know, if you get a second Scud Storm, you only need 1 additional power plant, something like that. Warthogs come in, clear out a couple of buildings there. Laser Avengers in Chinooks still trying to help out. They have not been particularly useful so far in this game, but we'll see what they can do as the game goes on. Rocket buggies are already out. It is difficult to assault up these hills. You really have to bust open the top of the hill before you decide to drive up it, which is so often why we see assaults on this map, DEFCON 6 that is, paired with some kind of super weapon or support power to blast open the front door, and then your army rushes in afterwards. Otherwise, you go up the hill and you find that you can't really crack open the base. Fuel air bomb goes off there from the Alpha Aurora and doesn't make the return journey back home, but you know, he does a little bit of damage to those rocket buggy numbers. Warthogs coming in. They will get the airfield. They smoke the jet on the deck, and they manage to get the whole airfield as well. One thing that is nice about this 3v3 at least is that we do have some pretty decent color coordination. You know, red, orange, brown versus cyan, green, blue. Laser cannons from the top, from the high ground. A couple of particle tanks are here to try and save that particle cannon, and Warthogs land a pretty decent shot, clearing up all of those remaining quads except for one. Laser Crusaders making their way back across the map. One of them has even gone full heroic status, and well, this quad cannon might go heroic, just killing off supply trucks in the back of Mr. Aiden's base. And that's going to be kind of a nice kill almost for free there for that quad cannon. Never mind. Bye-bye as the Chinooks come through. A couple of Rock Vs in there as well. And wow, we don't normally see this many nuclear Overlord tanks. And they move so fast compared to regular Overlord tanks. Arty Strike fires off. Going to be landing somewhere, possibly on an army. Maybe on the high ground. Okay, maybe on blue. We'll clean up a barracks or something that was on the high ground. Frontline defenses haven't been broken. 1 minute, 15 seconds on the clock until the nuke. 1:20 until that laser particle cannon. And then Mr. Aiden also has a laser particle cannon, but it is low power mode. Unfortunately for Aiden, he really needs to get his power back online. He's been struggling with those power management problems pretty much this whole game. And, you know, losing some of your units does help with your power management. It does help when you lose units. And by the way, if you haven't seen it before, Laser Comanches absolutely wreck rocket buggies. They have like a little laser burst fire, and it just obliterates rocket buggies in a moment. They are just gone. But then the Laser Comanche does kind of have to recharge, and so depending on the situation, you can see a swarm of Laser Comanches fly over some rocket buggies, and just everything explodes in what feels like an instant. Less than 10 seconds on the clock until the nuke is ready. Feels like everybody is ready and kind of posturing around those super weapons. They know the super weapons are coming, so no one wants to be the one who moves out moments before a super weapon. This is an amazing spot for a nuke. I don't know if nomorevindiesel actually identifies that as a potential location, but that would delete that entire army and remove this threat from the door of ezapan. And it's going to be a particle cannon that fires off, and that is a laser particle cannon courtesy of Khay. It will break the palace as well. The front door gets cracked open, and it might be a nuke as the return fire response from nomorevindiesel. He's still holding it in his back pocket. Couple of infantry swarming in from the backside, but this tank line is going to be able to defeat the quads. Will it be able to break further into the base? That's the question. Arms Dealer does survive, no kill there, so unfortunately the War Factory didn't go down with that Warthog strike, and the first line of defense has been broken, but that nuke is still ready. The Scud Storm is still ready. There are some big weapons that could change this in a moment's notice, and they just are not being used. Particle cannon fires off. Laser rips into this GLA from the sky, and that Scud, I didn't even notice, was in mid-firing sequence, in mid-loading sequence for the 0-0 countdown, and he just does not get the opportunity to launch that off. The nuke will land, and it cleans up so much of the army. All of the laser tanks on the front line get destroyed. It was only this secondary group of laser tanks on the north side that managed to survive. That Scud moments away from finishing, and yet it's still frozen in time. The radiation poisoning half of ezapan's base, but if ezapan gets broken, then the rest of the game becomes a lot easier. Azibee is going to be difficult to break with 3 particle cannons, 2 of them with less than a minute left. Nomorevindiesel did manage to save ezapan, and ezapan does have a sneaky backdoor command center, so hope springs eternal. 2 oil derricks means that the economy is alive, but it's going to be a little while before that Scud Storm is actually ready to go, and this is what we're talking about. Those super weapons are so important But in these team games, it can be so difficult to actually break one of your opponent's bases completely. Aurora comes in, firebomb, no, he gets it! The Scud Storm goes down with the fuel air bomb of that Alpha Aurora. You see the first strike, but then the second wave is the detonation of that fuel air bomb, and it clears up whatever's left over. Emperor Overlords or Nuclear Overlords are here. A couple of tanks getting whittled away at. Rocket Buggy that is fully loaded and fully heroic as well does pretty massive damage. One little shot there cleans up half of the health on that tank. Airfield will go down. War Factory goes down as well, and one Alpha Aurora gets tagged in the sky. Second particle cannon is ready to go. Who knows where it will be used. I mean, this line of particle tanks would be nice to clean up if you could catch them. I'm not sure that he has eyes on that. And it's going to be a combo of superpowers down here on the south side. The nuke detonates as the particle cannon goes to work on that Conyard. It doesn't quite get it. That last afterburn doesn't go through, and that is going to be a laser from the sky once again, but this time chasing down those GAT tanks. The GATs almost get deleted, but a couple of them do manage to survive. Some kind of carpet bomb coming in on top of the Conyard, and it will be a fuel air bomb once more. Conyard goes down, and Blue Ghosty is looking like a ghost himself. He does still have some frontline defenses, some of them courtesy of Mr. Aiden. Fuel air bomb lands and cleans up the remainder of the GATs, but the second wave is ready to move in, but it's going to be the defense from Khay that swoops in to potentially save the day. 24 seconds on the clock for the next particle cannon as the firestorm burns through those buildings. A fuel air bomb explodes, and the Tomahawk missile launchers are not going to be long for this world. They have lost a lot of their support structure. Meanwhile, that is a lot of orange and red in the old brown base. ezapan surviving with the help of his teammates. Ghosty surviving with the help of his teammates. Backup command center will get checked there, but the afterburn is not enough to take it down. That was actually a bit of a waste of a particle cannon, and it's going to be up to the Warthogs to get the damage done. They all missed. They fired their missiles at something, but I don't know what their target was. On the other side, it's going to be a War Factory that goes down and a barracks in the base of azibee, but it's going to be an anthrax bomb that detonates on the low ground and poisons the well in front of azibee's base. So that is a big help to, or that is a big thank you to ezapan, who dropped that support power in that valley and completely ruined that army's opportunity to move in at that moment. A little bit of a surprise, rebel surprise in the back door. The power plants actually are critical here, so keeping those power plants alive is seriously important for a laser general. Warthog comes in. Couple of more power plants going down. azibee desperately trying to keep that power online, trying to keep those super weapons ticking down, getting ready to go again. Command center coming in, but this time it's not from Blue, it's actually from Khay. And don't worry, Blue does have a backup command center in his friend's base, and that is a sneak attack tunnel that gets very quickly dealt with. Another backdoor command center. You always have those extra command centers hidden around the map so that you can have a comeback even if your main base gets eliminated. That's what ezapan did over here. Another particle cannon in the south, going for, I think, some infrastructure, because this oil derrick got eliminated a couple of minutes ago. Couple of missile defenders going down. Scudstorm is finally ready to go. And let's confirm that this one is actually ready to go. Yes, it is actually ready to go. And It landed there in the back of the base. Everything is lights out. These tanks all offline. The Scudstorm finally managed to land. One of the oil derricks went down. The other one did survive. But the power is back on. Mr. Aiden has big problems to worry about. And, well, the War Factory will go down. The command center will be fine. You need more than one particle cannon. Okay. I'm actually surprised that didn't get the War Factory. It looks like it ran out of control just before getting to the War Factory. So it would have been better to leave it planted firmly on that command center. The nuke survives. You better have warthogs or something else coming in to deal with that. Some kind of like fuel air bomb strike or something to clean up that nuke. Fuel air bomb cleans up one of the Humvees, but everything else goes down. New particle cannon coming up from azibee to try and rebuild after that double particle cannon attack from, I guess it was Khay, one of the laser generals. Big airstrike cleans up a number of those tanks. Khay moves in, but it's going to be a Warthog and a Carpet Bomb coming in at the same time to try and clear the ground. Tunnel network's getting lit up, and some of the tanks have made it up the hill, but there's a lot of China here from nomorevindiesel to hold the line. A couple of GAT cannons as well, GAT tanks, nuclear battle masters, even some nuclear overlords, and some rocket buggies all mixed in at the same time. And it's going to be a particle cannon that fires off, finishes off that nuclear missile silo, and gets some damage against the oil derricks as well. It's pure chaos on the front line. No one wins this fight because it is explosions everywhere. I love the late stage repair that gets activated as these units are all exploding and irradiated. They are hoping that they can somehow make a comeback happen. The base gets lit up. Everything is washed in radiation, courtesy of nomorevindiesel. Mr. Aiden is going to need to find a new place to live because that is a lot of firepower that was just unleashed on his base. Sneak attack comes in as well, a backdoor tunnel from ezapan. I'm not sure if it's actually going to do anything, and there is no anti-air here. There's no GATs. It's easy for these Chinooks to come in and clean up those tanks. Warthogs come in. They hit the supply center and the war factory. Meanwhile, it's going to be the fuel air bomb that lands, or no, the Moab that lands, and the fuel air bomb as the follow-up just to make sure that everything goes down. The fuel air bomb will smash into nothing. The Moab cleared out everything else. A couple of Marauders tanks mixed in with this army, and I think that might have been a Rebel surprise, but it is gone now. There was no big surprise for those Rebels other than the fact that they were dead. Carpet Bomb comes in and cleans up maybe one tank, but everything else had pretty much already retreated. A lot of super weapons clicking down under the 1 minute mark. Like that one. Firing off, catches a couple of quads, maybe a Marauder or two, and the War Factory will survive. That afterburn does not kill as much as people seemingly think that it will. Another Anthrax bomb. That Anthrax from ezapan is so powerful. GLA Anthrax is sometimes underestimated, but it is an amazing deterrent, and if you manage to land it in the middle of an army, it will clean everything out. And then after that, there will be very little that can pass through that area for the next 30 seconds or a minute, however long it lasts. GATS, GLA, China, everyone is mixed together from the team in the top right. The war over the middle was started by the team in the north. nomorevindiesel taking over the middle of the map. but now it's Ghosty, Khay, and Mr. Aiden that control the middle and its supply centers. As a Scud Storm launches, finds pretty much the entire army of Mr. Aiden, poisoning this area. And, well, fortunately, there's a lot of Guardians still on backup duty, but Mr. Aiden's army in the middle of the map of particle cannons just got nuked. Or scudded? Just got eliminated. A lot of Comanches here, a lot of power requirement for the laser generals. That's a lot of power that they need to keep themselves, to keep the lights on, to keep themselves moving forward. Warthogs coming in. Humvees dodging around. They should... Nope. A number of them don't move. They just eat that Warthog strike in the face. Particle cannons on the other side of the map. You better hope you've got them all ready. And what's going to be the follow-up? Is there a second wave of the particle cannon to fire off? I think they sent like a air bomb or something, but nope, nothing happened. A lot of these particle cannons being somewhat underutilized. People are hoping that their follow-up attacks will get the kill. It's going to be a sneak attack. A couple of Marauders popping on out. That's actually not very much. 4 Marauders, especially this late in the game. And, well, 1 rocket buggy as well. Everything just kind of explodes there instantly. A lot of missile defenders from azibee. USA rocks in here. Fuel air bomb right in the middle of everything. Cleans up the nuclear overlord and everything else that's nearby. Laser Comanches trying to cut past that front line. They find themselves in a bad situation, trapped between a rock and a hard place, and face to face with an EMP Patriot, which is just knocking them out of the sky one by one. Every single Laser Comanche goes down. Middle of the map is starting to be retaken by the team in the north. Once again, nomorevindiesel takes up his position here in the middle of the map, hoping to be able to lock this down and take it away from the team in the south. ezapan has never been able to retake his base. Ghosty has somewhat retaken his base after it got just obliterated. And with this many super weapons, it is not long when you go in between having super weapons fire off. Everyone is so well established, harvesting, you know, plus 250,000. Mr. Aiden up to 360,000 total resources gathered. Nuclear overlord getting targeted. And those particle tanks, do not underestimate them. They will burn away an army quickly. Mr. Aiden moving forward. Particle tanks doing the start of the work. And another particle cannon, but the hit back is going to be the nuclear missile. In the south this time, on top of those particle cannons, and it's not enough to send him into low power mode. Ghosty is in low power mode, but Ghosty is not a laser general. Carpet bomb lands. Number of particle cannons, particle tank explode, and the fuel air bomb as the follow-up. Oh no, it's another carpet bomb comes in, and it will be the Laser Crusaders that get cleaned up by the paltry rocket defenses that remain. Fuel air bomb and a Moab dropping on top. Finally, those oil derricks go down. It won't be the end of the world, those oil derricks, but they have survived a good long time. They've survived 30 minutes into this game, despite the fact that ezapan's base was broken open a long time ago, and that Chinook needs to move. just sitting there taking gat shots to the face. It's a surprise in the backdoor. Quads lighting up those Comanches. So many laser Comanches just thrown away. And the particle cannon is still online. The firebase forcing those quad cannons back a little bit further. Fuel air bomb lands, and it's only a couple of quads left over. This laser is now ready to go. He might actually use the laser to defend his own base, but another fuel air bomb lands, and almost everything of GLA is gone. The defense comes in, but it's just going to be too much. One last shot. Okay, the rocket buggy does go down. The particle cannon does survive, ready to fire off at a moment's notice, and it goes off somewhere on the map. I'm not actually sure where he landed that. Team in the south is slowly chipping away at this base. Another particle cannon fires off. That command center can go down. It's low power mode once again for Ghosty. He has been struggling to keep his lights on. A lot of particle cannons here. And wow, that Scudstorm takes a lot of damage from those Warthogs. Particle cannons in the north, they've already been repaired, so one particle cannon is not going to be able to take them down. Internet center is here as well. 18 seconds until the next particle cannon from Mr. Aiden. And it's going to be a nuke here in the middle of the valley. The Alpha Auroras pay the price, but so does one of the particle cannons on the low ground there. It gets eliminated. Tanks ready to go, but there's almost no way that they get up that hill without having something to break open that front door first. And finally, the Scudstorm will be eliminated. That Scudstorm has fired its last shot, surviving for so long in this game, but not forever. China Carpet Bomb comes in, cleans up one of the supply centers. The rest of the middle of the map still has build radius, though. MiGs come in. They don't ignite a Firestorm. They don't ignite a Firestorm with either. Those Laser Avengers are just too good. Carpet Bomb on the top of the hill does land, and it's going to be a Rebel surprise once again in the back door. Those Molotov cocktails coming in handy to slowly take down those buildings. And the Laser Comanches finally have found a way back in, targeting down all of those power plants. And Blue does have a super weapon ready, and he actually does have power online now, which is a new surprise for Blue. Maybe he could use it to break all of these Humvees on the top of the hill. Bomb lands! Humvees pay the price as the airfield goes down as well, and the Laser Comanches have finally broken through the defense. They are on top of these particle cannons, and there is no stopping them, it seems. It's going to be a sneak attack on the other side of the map. It's going to be knocking down one of Kay's command centers, but I'm pretty sure Kay has about 6 more beyond that, so you need more than just one sneak attack to be able to knock down one of these late-stage players. And the internet center will go down. The nukes, the particle cannons in that corner, no longer safe as the team in the south holds off the attacks, the sneaky attacks, the front door attacks. They can't get up the hill into No More Vin Diesel's base, but, well, maybe they can. Finally, Ghosty fires off his particle cannon, finds so many of the defending units on the top of the hill. Power plant, or nuclear missiles, power plants, barracks, Conyard, Humvees, everything is potentially under threat there. Azibee has been defeated. Easypan and No More Vin Diesel stand 2 players against 3. And of course, they have so few super weapons left to actually use. Warthogs come in, more power plants going down. Scudstorm is offline. And Easypan still technically in this game. I think this... He has very few buildings. I think these power plants and this Scudstorm are maybe his only buildings left in this game. No More Vin Diesel finally comes back online. And... nope, Easypan is still here. He must have some building somewhere else on the map. I'm not sure where it is. MiGs coming in, Firestorm strike. Then it lands on top of a couple of laser crusaders. Carpet bomb as well lights up Mr. Aiden's forces, and finally ezapan did leave the game. Everything is under the control of nomorevindiesel, and this has been an absolutely explosive 3v3. It has been massive damage on the other side of the map, on all sides of the map. As the nuke goes off, the particle cannon lands as well. As much damage to the other side of the map as nomorevindiesel can do. He is hoping to cause as much pain as possible, make this the bloodiest fight he can. He knows that he's losing this war, and he's about to lose another super weapon. He will have one nuke after this, but he won't make us wait for it. So that will do it for this 3v3. Huge super weapon action and not much else. An explosive, colorful game, but strategically a very one-note kind of match. And that will do it for this 3v3. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all very much for watching, and this is Sybert signing out.